有一題咧就問我哋下面 A、B、C、D 邊個方法咧係可以真係量度得到呢個頁面頁底嘅失水速度嘅。A 嘅方法咧就係數氣孔。嗱，咁頭先我哋有講過嘅，氣孔越多咧，咁其實失水速度越快嘅。所以佢就話啦，先去數一數頁面嘅氣孔，再去重複實驗咧，就去再數下頁底嘅氣孔。咁但係呢個方法咧係冇可能嘅。即使我哋知道咗有100個氣孔，有150個氣孔，但係我哋唔能夠將呢個數字咧直接轉換成為一個失水嘅速度嘅。代表住咧失1、2、3、4，例如啦，100個氣孔咧就會令到佢失咗咧5 mL 嘅水啦，係唔會知得到嘅。咁所以 A 咧就錯咗啦。Option B 咧就將塊葉擺喺呢個暖水啦。咁再數下咧各自頁面頁底咧喺一個特定時間入面咧就出咗幾多個泡泡出嚟。咁其實呢個方法咧都係唔 work 嘅，因為呢個方法咧其實就係俾我哋去估算一下嗰個氣孔嘅數量嘅啫。嗱，相比起 A 咧仲衰啲啊。A 咧你數到100個、200個氣孔，但係 B 咧你數泡泡嘅話啦，100個泡泡係咪就代表100個氣孔咧？係唔一定嘅，可能啦一個氣孔係出緊3、4個泡泡咧，啲泡泡仲有大有細嘅喎，咁你點計咧？係咪？咁所以 B 咧係再間接一啲，更加唔得嘅。跟住去到 Option C 咧，佢就開始用另一個裝置咯。一個氣泡嘅蒸騰計，咁先曬下個頁面，咁咧就睇下棵植物咧吸咗幾多水，跟住再重複實驗咧就睇下葉底咧就吸咗幾多水。你睇個問題都知出事啦，係咪？點解佢錯啊？係因為啦，其實佢就係考緊你 bubble potentiometer 佢有咩嘅限制啫。佢最大嘅限制實在根本就係 measure 緊一個 water uptake，都唔係講緊佢失幾多水。但係題目講到明係講緊失幾多水啊嘛，咁即係答非所問啦，係咪？咁自不然啦 ，D 就係我哋嘅答案啦。咁先喺頁面咧查一查啲花士靈先，花士靈就係嗰撇膏啊嘛。跟住啦，再用重量蒸騰計咧去量度個失水喎。跟住之後啦，再重複頁底咁樣去做啦。所以成條題目咧就考埋你對於重量蒸騰計嘅理解啦。重量蒸騰計咧有3個數據可以知得到嘅，失水啦、吸水啦，同埋留低幾多水喺棵植物嗰度。如果簡單計算咧，就係將吸水減失水就係等於剩低落嚟嘅水啦。Option D 之所以啱咧，係因為啦，佢先搽啲花士靈喺個頁面，跟住啦就 block 咗頁面嘅氣孔，咁由佢做一次 water loss，咁我哋咪計緊頁底失幾多水咯。跟住到第二步啦，就係搽啲花士靈喺個頁底。咁即係再睇下究竟頁面失幾多水咯，跟住將兩個數字加翻埋，咪就係我哋嘅答案咯。So question 21 is talking about which method we can use to measure the rate of transpiration through the upper and lower epidermis of the leaves. So let's take a look at option A, B, C, D. So for option A is talking about we are going to count the number of stomata on upper epidermis and lower epidermis. But this method, it doesn't work at all because we cannot directly convert the number of stomata into exact rate of transpiration. Of course, we know that if there are more stomata, so the water loss rate will be higher. But we cannot do the conversion. Or for example, 100 stomata, it will need to 5 ml water loss. I don't know. So that's why it's not a method. And for option B, we put the leaf in the warm water and then count the number of bubbles on each side of the leaves in a fixed period of time. So it's also not a method. And this method is also not working because by counting the number of bubbles, we are just estimating the number of the stomata on the leaves. So that's why you can compare the A and B. Option B is more indirect method. We try to count the number of bubbles to estimate the number of stomata, but as what we say in option A, we cannot directly convert the number of stomata into the exact rate of transpiration. So that's why this method doesn't work. And for option C is that we shine the light on the upper epidermis and then we use the bubble potentiometer to measure the rate of water uptake from the plant. So actually for option C is testing the concept about the bubble potentiometer. We all know that the limitation of the bubble potentiometer is just a way to measure the water uptake, but not the water loss. But in the question, we are asking for the water loss, transpiration, right? So that's why it's absolutely not a method. And for option D, we are using the correct apparatus. we smear the Vaseline on the upper epidermis and then use the waist potentiometer to measure the rate of water loss. And then repeat it with the lower epidermis. So this question is checking our concept about the waist potentiometer. Compared with the bubble potentiometer, waist potentiometer is more powerful because there are three data can be obtained: water loss, water uptake, and water retention. And the simple calculation is that B minus A is equal to C. Water uptake minus water loss is equal to water retention in the plant. So for option D, if we smear the Vaseline on the upper epidermis, so actually we are measuring the water loss from the lower epidermis. And if we smear the Vaseline on the lower epidermis, we are measuring the rate of water loss from the upper epidermis. And then add them up, we can get the answer. That's why option D is the answer.